The camera. Click the camera.
Oh, shoot. The camera's not on.
I just asked you that.
Ay, ay, ay. What is happening?
What?
Child.
You didn't. All right.
Kori's gonna murder me.
You have a couple things that you're in charge of.
Wow. Good morning. Before Kori murders me, or before y'all can tell, Kori is frustrated with me this morning. Rightfully so.
I'm not frustrated with you. I'm just a perfectionist, and things aren't
I am
perfect
too,
right
but
now.
you know.
No, you're not.
Sometimes I am.
Well, today you're not.
Sometimes, you know, things just... Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Track Girl Summer. I am your host, Natasha Hastings, and this is my co-host, Kori Carter, and we're bringing the culture to track and field.
Track Girl Summer. Track Girl Summer.
Follow me, Natasha Hastings, Twitter, IG, Facebook, YouTube. Follow the Kori Monster, Twitter, IG, YouTube. She dibbles and dabbles in Facebook as well. And also follow Track Girl Summer.
And follow Kobu, the Kobu Monster on IG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know where are our comments today? Oh, there they go.
Bayhive. I love that she did the clap. That makes me happy.
So,
ooh, Chauncey says hello, Natasha, to Natasha only.
Hi, Chauncey. So, we will be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Bear with us as we get some things together over the next couple of weeks, but we're going to remain consistent, bringing the content, bringing the news, bringing the awesome guests. We're going to try something a little bit new today, so y'all let us know. We're doing a shorter episode today, but we're still going to give you the juiciness. So
the
juiciness, you know, we're going to spill the tea. So we're going to spill some tea. We're going to have a little chat, and then we're going to bring on Kendall Ellis, fresh off of her Olympic medals from Tokyo.
Medals.
And we're going to talk a little bit about her
Floral
and her experience. Yes.
Fit check today. I'm just wearing a little romper situation. It makes me look like I have the longest legs ever. But, and then, you know, just something slight with the shoes. Just some lows with the J's. And Natasha's wearing an all-American outfit. Just a white tee and some jeans.
Do you hear the shade? I have on my mom uniform today, okay?
I'm going to tell you, she was trying to wear something else. This actually was an upgrade from the outfit she was trying to wear on the show.
Listen.
She thought these earrings were going to save her little outfit.
I was putting on my earrings and she was like, what is that going to do, Natasha?
Aisha, today, I'm just a slight 6'3" with the shoes. Usually I'm just a 6'1", but, you know, the shoes have a little lift in them, so naturally 6'2". Big body.
This morning, I'm going to say shout out to
Someone said they don't like it already, the shorter episode.
My working single moms. That's all I'm going to say today.
Shout out to me then.
Because
she's working, she's single, and a mother.
Today, but we gonna keep it popping. So
someone said you got the soccer mom swag. Come on, AYSO. Come on, AYSO.
I will be that mom. We have everything out back for Liam. Basketball, soccer, baseball, golf. We're gonna get back into some swimming lessons. But anyway,
when did you mention track?
I want him to do everything but track.
You know, I did everything but track, and then until I did track, and then I fell in love with it. Yeah. I think track should be the last sport you try.
I don't want him to do track or
Well, he should do what he wants to do.
That's exactly. I'm going to get backlash for saying this. I don't want him to do either track or football because both of his parents. I just feel like I want him to find his own identity. Dad's a Super Bowl champ. Mom's a 2-time Olympic Gold Medalist. I don't want that pressure on him. If he finds either and he loves them, great. But I want him to do his own thing and make his name.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
you want to know something really sad about the Carter family? When my nephew...
It's not sad.
No, it's sad. My nephew, when he was 4, he was playing soccer, and, like, he just wasn't being competitive. And I was like, that's just not the Carter way. When I tell you, we lit him up in the family group chat.
No, I'm definitely going to be that parent. Like, whatever he does, like, we're going to be competitive.
No, I was like, no one should talk about a toddler like the way we were talking.
Not a toddler. I thought you were getting ready to say, like, 7-year-old.
He's 4. He's 6 now. He's 4. But you know what? I'm actually mad at him. He taught Cash because, I'm injured. And so he was watching. Whenever track comes on, he thinks I'm going to be on TV. And so he asked my sister, like, oh, where's Auntie Coco? And she said, oh, Coco's injured right now. She can't run. He's going to talk about something. Yes, now I'm the fastest in the family. He's not. Here's the thing. I never go easy on him. I go 100% every time we race since the day he's been born. He can never beat me. Even injured, I still can beat a 6-year-old, and he knows that. And I'm calling him out. Carter, Jaden Moore, I'm have your mom play this, and so you know, publicly, I'm coming for you when I come home for the summer, whatever I come home. For Christmas, you can get this work. For your I gave him the work on his birthday, a little birthday present, but...
That's why you ain't got no kids.
Update. Are you serious?
Update.
He is right here. Don't talk about my son like that.
Update. T-shirts are on the way. So.
Are the T-shirts coming here?
No. What?
Okay.
They're going where they should be going.
Okay.
So you guys will be able to purchase Track Girl merchandise and continue to support. 30 people in here. Like, share. I didn't say that yet, but please, you guys know the routine. Like and share this video. So we can get some more people in the party. Now that we've gone totally off script and said that we're only going to be here for an hour today, let's get on the script. Here's the thing,
because Isha's talking about you're beefing with a 6-year-old, but like
anyone you are beefing with a 6-year-old
because he came at me disrespectfully. He thought he saw a vulnerability, a chink in my armor. And here's the thing, you can't beat me. I will always be the fastest Carter, and he might be a more, but I will always be the fastest Carter.
All right. Keith Jackson, yes. I'm Trini, Jamaican, and my mother was actually born in Great Britain, so I had my choice of where I could represent. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, though. Okay, let's get to what we're going to talk about first.
So, as you know, we're doing our post-Olympic coverage. We'll be answering your questions. I feel like we'll have more time for that since we don't have, like, all these events to cover. Yeah. So put them in the chat. We'll be answering the questions. The show is now officially living here on our YouTube page. You can get the lives, the replays at the Track Girl Summer YouTube page. Let's just start out with a little bit of tea. CJ Ujah.
Ay.
So he was provisionally banned by the AIU for having banned substance. They said he had a positive test for the presence or use of ostarine and S-23. I don't know what that means because I don't be doping.
Right.
But it sounds.
It
sounds druggy.
Yeah, I read that ostarine has similar effects to testosterone.
Yes.
But it was in one of the articles that I read on CJ Ujah. Excuse me. But what I find like really interesting about this is that was a poor choice of words, but Great Britain don't play about doping.
Oh yeah,
so
he ain't gonna be on
number one, that relay medal is
probably gonna be gone. And then Canada will probably get upgraded to silver, and China will probably get upgraded to bronze. So you know what, Bianca Knight was right. She said she thought that China was gonna get themselves on the podium. Technically, they didn't get it on the podium, but they got themselves a medal. Maybe.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bianca Knight for knowing what was actually gonna happen without knowing what actually was gonna happen.
But I'm more curious to see, curious is a better word, how CJ will be reprimanded, because I mean the UK has a rule that if you've served a ban, you can't compete in the UK.
In the UK?
In the UK.
So like he can't come to the London Diamond League? Can he compete for the UK?
I would assume if you can't compete at the...
I just,
I'm just
words
throwing it
mean
out there
things.
because, and I don't know if the rule has changed, but I remember
Mm-hmm.
in 2012 there was a huge thing because, we used to do relay camp. This is a new thing that we didn't have relay camp, but we would, was it 2012 or 20, one of the years that the relay camp had to attend certain meets on the circuit, and the UK was one of the meets on the circuit, and it was a big controversy because Justin Gatlin had just come back and was on the relay squad, and there was a conversation of, does Team USA go to the UK without Justin, because their rule is if you've served a ban, you cannot compete on their soil.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see
Someone says Dwayne Chambers came back after a ban.
He had a tough time, though.
And I also feel like
tough time.
He got more accolades than, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means something. He has more accolades than CJ, so it might have been a little bit easier to negotiate. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But
I know that he had a really tough time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing that would piss me off is, you didn't just lose your medal, you lost my medal.
Right.
Like, the whole team.
So Pam Tyler, perfect timing. She posed the question: will the GB team get to appeal keeping their medal like the U.S. women did with Marion Jones doping? For the other guy's sake, as the athlete, there's always as the athlete.
But here's the thing: it's it's a team thing. It's you got to cross the line with him. It wasn't
But
it was you were running your own race. He tripped you, and then they're like, "Okay, we're gonna put you in the next round." It was he was part of your success, and
I agree. But in the past, Team USA has been. I recall 2 instances, because there was another case where Crystal Cox. Was it Crystal Cox? There was, I think it. Believe so. Anyway.
But just because it's in the past doesn't mean I agree with it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with it, but again, if the standard is going to be the standard, and that's why I say when you start doing things, you create this slippery slope.
Yeah.
Where if you allow one to get away with something, or you create this special standard, then
because the whole point of the relay is y'all working together. If y'all won together,
right?
Y'all gonna lose your medal together. I just feel like that's why you always test that team before you go over, to make sure you're taking over a clean team. Mm-hmm. Interesting, though, was on the other side of this was, okay, so Lamont Jacobs, that's the Italian that won the Olympic gold. We talked last week, Wednesday?
It was last week.
It was Wednesday.
One of those days.
That was 2 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah, life is just... life is just moving like this. So there was a little bit of, talk about him because his nutritionist is under investigation for using for getting, a prescription pad to forge prescriptions for anabolic steroids to give to his clients. And Lamont was one of his clients. He separated himself, but he worked with him up until March. And he just broke 10 seconds in May, and he was not in the testing pool. So he wasn't tested basically until in competition.
The games,
And so there's some talk about that, and then there was a little bit more scrutiny when he came out to say he wasn't competing in any post-Olympic races. And so people were like, are you hiding something? Do you not want to get tested? But it doesn't really matter because you can still get tested out of competition. And there's some speculation. And he said, and the British media, they don't play. And I'm sure they were lighting him up. And he said, and I quote, having seen the investigation into Ujah, I would say that perhaps it's better, and he was talking about for the British, to look closer to home before attacking others. It made me smile. End quote. Shots fired. I just feel like, for me, I would have just minded my business.
But I feel I would have minded my business too, but I think this is the new generation thing, because that felt Sha'Carri-ish.
Don't put her in that.
I'm not putting. But I'm
Here's the
saying
thing,
like there's a
last time you spoke about Shakira, we got
I
hateful
got lit
comments,
for,
and I got put into it. And I didn't say anything but positivity about Shakira.
But I'm not saying anything bad because I've said it a million times here that I enjoy the spice. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have kept quiet. But that's not me. But do I enjoy seeing the tweets fly back and forth?
Yes,
seeing the spice.
You and me are very similar. It's like I don't like being in mess, but I like watching it. Yeah, I like to watch it.
It's entertaining.
But I just feel like
I wouldn't do it.
I just want to say it made me smile. And here's the thing:
and
is
it
like
also made me cringe.
Here's the thing: is like the British media was talking about you was CJ because you were like, like basically saying I'm glad he and like. How do I put this and not be mean? I'm glad when people get caught because it makes they should be. And like if you're cheating, you should be out of our sport. But like to be like, I don't smile about it, like because
that was a low blow.
I'm not praying for people's downfall, like because I'm like it's still a sad situation that you felt the need to do it, and I just wish our sport was clean. Mm-hmm. But gosh darn, because was CJ attacking this man? Because I just want to know why you out here saying
he wasn't, but
and like you could say that at home.
Fair,
he went on record saying it made me smile.
To be fair, CJ still can have his B sample tested to verify the results of the A sample. But if in fact CJ was intentionally doping, does he not deserve the tongue lashing? I mean,
here's the thing. He can't, but like he's talking about people should keep their mouth quiet, and I think CJ was. So that's what I'm saying. It's like he deserves to get caught out on what he did, which was doping. He wasn't talking about Lamont.
You're right.
He's putting them two together. I'm just saying. I mean, but I love a good dragging, but like dragging people on what they need to get dragged for.
You're right.
Like I dragged you for these earrings this morning. Speaking of people who are actually going to be running 100 after the Olympics, the Prefontaine heat sheet entry list is out, and that 100 looks a little.
You want me to read off the entries? Let's read off the entries. So we got Ronnie Baker, Team USA, Trayvon Bromell, Team USA, Andre DeGrasse, Canada, Justin Gatlin, USA, Craven Gillespie. What's wrong this morning? Gillespie. Thank you. Fred Curley, USA. Michael Norman, USA.
You didn't give Gillespie's country, but go ahead.
Oh, Gillespie, USA. I'm sorry. That wasn't intentional. Don't do that. Let me finish. Akini Simbine, South Africa, and Isaiah Young, USA.
Did you not want to associate him with Team USA after that forfeit one? Because that's rude, Natasha.
I did not. I just said it wasn't intentional, and here you go being shady.
So, I'm just asking the question so people are wondering.
I think only you were wondering.
Well, maybe.
It's a stacked field.
I'm people. I'm also a person. Yeah, so I think it's going to be fun. So, something I wanted to talk about.
Asha hair. You right. But they said we need some sleeves unless McDonald's is cutting us a check. You right.
Honestly, I'm drinking caffeine, which is illegal.
It is illegal, but y'all, very soon I'm going to explain to y'all what's going on over here and
why.
I would say I owe Kori, but I owe Kori.
Your firstborn child. My firstborn. I'm taking Liam when I go.
Never.
But what I wanted to talk about is...
Wait, I got to read this comment. I'm sorry. Back on the last story. I don't think CJ is the target. The British media is the target. I get where Lamont is coming from. I would laugh too. I would have cackled like foul.
But here's the thing is, who are you smiling about? You're smiling about his... You know what I'm saying? You could have said... The British media needs to
investigate their own.
But it made me smile.
It made him smile. What do you want him to do?
Smiling in private. I don't know.
Good morning, Stacy. All right, let's get back to the men's 100 at Prefontaine.
All I ever do is play Victoria. So what's interesting about this field is, my favorite, Fred Curley, the hottest girl this season. He's going to be in here, but also Michael Norman's dropping down to the 100 too. If y'all remember last year, Michael Norman had the fastest time of 2020. Last year, he dropped that 986 at that meet my coach put together.
Oh, that was your meet?
So I saw a tweet at like 5 this morning from Coach Lamont Johnson. He said, "Don't confuse the outliers with the norm. So before your coaches get these weird ideas of converting all your 400-meter runners to 100-meter runners, I'm gonna need you all to chill and don't get caught in the moment. There's only one Fred Curley for a reason." But I'm like, there's also a Michael Norman.
I also think Coach Lamont is bright. I need to sit down and hush. 56 people in the room. Continue to share and like. There was 61 a second ago. Come on, let's bring some more folks to the party. We get a little spicy in here. We have some fun. Go ahead.
You were in the middle of a statement. He needs to sit down. You want to back that up?
I think he's bright and out of order. I hear all the time, "Oh, you should move up to the 800. You need to do more strength work. You need to do this, this, and that." When I was in high school, I ran cross country every year. My coaches believed in over distance. I ran 500, 600s. I would run 800s at practice. Like I said, I did cross country. I got to college. The first day of practice was 60s. Right? I left high school. My PB out of high school at World Juniors in July was 52:04. I went to college. My coach put speed on me. First day of practice. My first track meet as a freshman indoors was 51:08. As a freshman, I left college running 49:08 and my PB was 22:62. That I ran 45 minutes after running 50.2. Point being, sprinters, the article was attached talking about sprinters can sprint over the range. Now there are 400 runners that are 4.8 runners, but if you have the speed and you have the coach that can correctly develop that speed, then you can move down to the 100.
Okay, and I get what you're saying, but I feel like you're a 2-4 girl. Were you also hopping in the 100?
I was on the 4x1 at NC's.
Okay, well, you need to explain that part.
I gotta explain that part. Sonia Richards, 48, whatever. She ran 10.9.
Yeah.
Well, if we wanted to take the time to focus on that event, we could have. My best in the 100 was 11.2, and that's not training for it.
Yeah.
But if I actually trained for it, I wonder what I could have run in the 100.
Yeah. And I think you have to understand also, with the 400, you're deadly if you can sprint, if you're fast. Because, okay, if you're running let's just say you're running a 50.400, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's 25-25, but no one ever runs it like that. There's usually a 2-second split, so right? Mm-hmm. So you're going to go 24-26, right? Mm-hmm. If your PR is 24 flat, you're going out 100%. If your PR is 22, you're coming in easy.
24 is a jog. 23 is a jog.
And then all you have to do is come home in 26. 50 point is easy when you can sprint.
Right. Which that's one of the critiques that I would get. "Oh, you go out so hard." No, I don't. I have 22.6 speed. 23.5 is nothing to go through the first 200.
And that's how you're able to come through strong, because you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are dying from 24 versus if you're dying from 22, it's a little different.
It's different, yeah.
And Allison started off 2-1 girl.
Allison is a great quarter miler because of the 200 speed that she brings.
I always say that because
400.
It is nothing for her to come through the 200 super fast because she's literally on a light jog.
Yep.
But I do think that what you normally see is people going up in distance, especially when you get into the longer distance. You see 8 girls going to 15 as they get older. You see 10K guys going to the marathon as they get older, because as you get older, you can build that what was the word I'm looking for? That strength and that endurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
I would say for the sprints, it's tougher to remain healthy, because that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't continue to sprint.
We are behind, but I do want to get to one more thing, and then we can talk about the last thing, and then we're gonna have Kendall in. Mm-hmm. So yesterday or Wednesday, we were talking. Metcalf came up, and we were talking. Football speed is different than track speed. Mm-hmm. No shade of football; it's just different.
It is what it is.
But apparently, there might be a display of Clash of some Titans. Usain Bolt and Tyreek Hill are flirting with this idea,
negotiating an exhibition.
And it's going to be over 70 meters. I think that's a mistake.
I think it's a
for
mistake.
Tyreek, because while his 40 is 4.29, Usain Bolt's 40 is still 4.22. Adding more distance with Usain Bolt's stride length is not going to help him. Tyreek did run. Tyreek ran in college. I pulled up his PRs on mile split. For Oklahoma State, he ran a 6:64.60. Indoor 200, he ran a 20.57, and outdoor 100, he went 10:28. And I was like, that's in college, so I feel like he could probably run a little faster than that. Do I think he can hang with Usain Bolt? No, especially I don't know why they picked 70 meters. The only chance he had was over 30. 3 steps. Who got it? Because football players can get off the line.
I can't even wrap my brain around like.
Do you know what the bet's for though? The bet's not fair either. So the bet is whoever wins, Usain Bolt will give him a gold medal, or Tyreek will give him his Super Bowl ring. The issue is Bolt's got 8 of them things, and Tyreek has 1. I'm like, it's not a fair like.
I mean, but the anyway,
he got 8 of them things. You can get your one and only,
and also the trophy that those guys get. They're replicas anyway. But anyway,
well, it's not. They're not paying for the trophy. It's for the ring.
Oh, okay.
It's for his. But I'm like, he only got 1 of them.
Yeah, he could get another one.
But
I just lost it in there.
I don't know what distance. I feel like if Tyreek really wants a fighting chance, he needs to cut that 70 and a half and run a 35.
I don't have no words because I don't know where the 70 came from, but okay.
I think they were trying to find 100's too long for Tyreek, but I don't know why they think that he has an advantage over 40 or 60.
Well, Usain's start, so they couldn't stay at 40.
His start is slow for a track guy because he's tall. His 40 time is still faster than Tyreek's.
And then once he's at 40, he's up to top speed. So
you just rush the drive. You just rush your drive phase, and he does that anyways because he's so tall.
A part of me says this is going to be interesting. A part of me says this is,
and a part of me says, is this even going to happen?
Just give him the trophy.
All right. Well, do you want to introduce our guest?
65 people in the room. Continue to like and share.
Do you want to introduce our guest?
Yes, I will do that now. Our lovely guest is in the green room, so she is ready to come on. She is the 2020 Olympics that just happened just last week. Gold medalist in the women's 4x4 and bronze medalist in the mixed relay. 2017 world champ at the 4x4 in London. World champ in Doha. 14-time All-American, NCAA indoor record holder at 50.34, and 4x4 champ, NCAA indoor champ in the 400 and 4x4 as well. She's probably most known for this crazy anchor leg that she ran that we're going to talk about later on.
And I specifically put in the notes that she went to USC, and I feel like you are purposely not saying that. And I find that rude and disrespectful. Can you get closer? Kobu, you're gonna have to...
Hi, Kendall.
We're trying to get closer, but Kobu's like... sitting here. Here you go, baby.
Yes, you went to that copycat USC.
The real one.
When she went there, she the national championship won.
How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to Track Girl Summer.
Thanks for having me.
First of all,
Where are you? Are you
in LA?
Oh God! Thank you for waking up super early for us.
And the curls are popping.
Yes.
We love natural hair.
For y'all, anything.
Say that again. Sorry.
She said for us.
I said for y'all, anything. I'll wake up early.
Y'all, we're just gonna start off with. Do you have it loaded up? We're just gonna start off with one thing before we even get to start talking to you. Good job, Natasha. We're gonna pull this up because we need to figure out how. So you get the stick, and this handoff was terrible, and you just were like, "I'm down." How much were you down by at this point? A good 80?
Like 30, 40?
I'm gonna give him 80.
No big deal. Yeah.
And you just said, "I'm gonna go get her."
Pretty much.
She said.
Well, going through your mind down this backstretch, like, did you know that, like, did you like measure where first, like, yeah, that's a little bit more than
50.
I couldn't tell, like, the camera angle that everyone else sees versus like the in person. I was like, oh, she's not that far ahead. Like, I'm good. Like, it's okay.
And by winning this relay, you also won at USC the national championship, the second in the women's history for USC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was super cool because we had never won it like in my 4 years, and I was a senior at that point. So it was like finally after 4 long years of like trying to do this, we've done it. My last time running for y'all.
My mouth is open. I still
at this point
get chills when I watch this race because I'm like, she said to the line, you better lean, girl, lean, because I'm coming for you. Like you just dark in the water, gotta eat. Gosh darn,
yeah.
You look tired because you ran your little butt off.
A little bit.
Wow. What was your split on this again?
50.0 something.
Okay, girl. We see you with the 5.
And so you clearly you are no rookie to the relays. And I feel like you had to be a team player because we got 4th at trials. And so you said, you know what, I'm going to be on the mixed relay.
You were on double duty.
And then you ran the rounds for the 4x4. Can you scoot over, like, get close to me? I don't
like you that much, man.
I know I smell a little bit, but, like, it's going to be okay. But, so how was that? You got the first ever in history Olympic bronze medal for the mixed 4x4. You're like in history for all time.
But she's in history time too because this is also Team USA's 6th straight 4x4 win as well. So congrats on just being a part of history, period.
I didn't even know that. That's cool.
We do our
mixed relay was fun. It was fun. The bronze medal is like nice to be etched in history. I wish it was gold, but bronze is cool too.
Almost didn't anything. You almost didn't make the final. If we're gonna be honest.
Oh Lord, come on, Kori, with the shade.
It wasn't shade. It's like gratitude because she said
you were right. You're right. We almost weren't in the final, so let me be happy for just being able to run in it. But it was fun. It was definitely different. It was different for sure.
And I would get so much anxiety because everyone kind of had the same idea: men on the outside legs, women on the inside legs. But because I always freak out, like, what if they line me up? Like, if I had to go head to head with Fred Curley,
honestly, that was why I wasn't interested.
If I had to go head to head with
oh my gosh,
if I had to go head to head with Norman, like, all right, okay, right. You going and you just see this dude hawking you down, what, like.
But that's the thing. Coach has had me, like, I train with Michael Norman and Rye Benjamin. So he's had me literally line up next to them before during workouts. So I was prepared. I was like, if I have to run against a man, I've done it before against two of the fastest in practice. So like I know how to stay in my own zone, stay in my own lane, and do what I'm supposed to do.
That's good.
That explains why you ran that last leg that we just showed so composed. Like you didn't panic, and like you said, you know how to stay in your lane, stay in your zone, and strike when you need to. Okay, girl. Okay,
Exactly.
girl. When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Facts. So you were working the whole meet because the mixed relays opened the meet and the 4x4 closed it. Like, what was your Tokyo experience like since you were working all week?
I'm not even gonna lie, it was boring. It was boring.
It's the COVID Olympics.
Yeah, it was like, you know, thankful that we even had it at all. And Tokyo like did everything they could to keep us safe, and they were great on that end. I just really wish we could have seen the city. So it was literally like, wake up, go to the dining hall, sit back in your room, do it again, like day in, day out. So like there wasn't much to do or much to see. So it was pretty chill. It was a lot of what I do at home, like Netflix and YouTube. Nothing much had changed. Just the city.
My heart breaks to hear that because that was one of the things that like I was like I feel really bad for this team because
especially for the first timers.
For your first time, like the Olympics is yes, you're there for business, but it's a whole experience. Like everything from going in the warehouse and picking out your gear, which I want to hear about the gear. Is there anything special that you got that you're like, yes? Going to other events, meeting other athletes from other sports, the opening ceremony. I can't believe Team USA didn't, do the opening ceremony.
I can't believe y'all didn't get camp.
And camp. Thank you. No relay camp. And I mean, camp is there for a number of reasons. Like, I feel like it kind of starts the team camaraderie. We have game night. And no camp. So talk to us about, the experience with no camp. This was your first Olympics, but you've been on several world championship teams. So, camp is a part of the routine. How was that, experience kind of just going into things and kind of having to figure it out?
Yeah, it was like, I got there 5 days before my first event. And I'm someone who can adjust very quickly for the most part. Like if it's bright outside, I'm up. If it's dark, I'm asleep. So I didn't have too much of an issue with that. But just for the sake, we had such.
You look good. We were saying a lot of Team USA looked flat, but you looked on.
Yeah. Thank you. We had such a young team, like you said. And for a lot of us, it was our first time, like you said, my first Olympics, but I've been on previous world teams, so I kind of know how it worked. But for a lot of people, this was their first senior team at all. So like, I wish they would have gotten the chance to experience the camp, have more time to acclimate. And I think, people wouldn't have looked so flat. So that was kind of sad for that sake. Just get more time to know each other, know the coaches. A lot of people hadn't interacted before. We have like a young generation, and I don't say older, but older generation. And I think it would have been nice to just meet everybody in a laid back environment.
Yeah. And you said you can adapt very well, and I feel like you had to adapt a lot last year because training in COVID, I heard you didn't have a track. Y'all were going out in these streets, getting it in. What was that like? You were training with Riot and Michael, but like, how was that training with no track?
It sucked. Like, we were literally in the streets for real. Like, we were in people's neighborhoods. We were running on horse trail, like dodging horses, the highway next to us. Like, we were literally in the trenches. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, like COVID year, like we struggled. Like, no, you didn't have a track for like a week. Like, we literally were without a track for like months. And we're just like really coach coming up with creative ways, running 300 straights, like just really making it do whatever we could.
That's great. Because also just like mentally, like when I have a hard workout, like I know where the cones are. I can pace myself, and like you like, okay, I know where you are to work out because your cones are there. You hear the whistle, and like to not have, because I'm like, you over here like, okay, when I hit this tree, that's 100 meters. Hopefully this car doesn't move because I know that's 50. Like, how are you able just to even just pace yourself?
Honestly, it was at a certain point we kind of got used to it. Like that was our new norm. Like we had been at that horse trail day after day, and we're like, all right, we know like literally this tree is going to be about 75 meters. Like we just got literally just adjusted at that point because we were there so often. That was our new norm.
I'm over here like, dang, I be tripping over running against a man in a mixed relays, and she going head to head with horses.
Honestly.
Like she said, it was a goon to a goblin. I'm racing horses. But I think that's just like a testament to like your guys' drive and like your guys' commitment to excellence, because you weren't going to let not having a track get in the way of running track and field. Like that's insane to me, and I just think I have to applaud you because y'all were really making it work.
Thanks. We tried.
What is it like training with Rye and Michael? Because I know that they are best friends, roommates, but I see you with the Snapchat, well, not the snaps, on the IG stories. You always in the mix, and they're always messing with you. And I just want to know what it is. That dynamic.
I love them. Like they're younger than me, but I'm like the oldest one out of the group. But they're definitely like annoying little big brother types because like it was just the three of us for so long. We went pro at the same time, so it was just me, Mike, and Rye all the time, and we've gotten really close. Definitely really close. You know, going through hell and training together really bonds you. But we have so much fun. They're just fun. Like you see their personalities. Like they're funny guys, and it's always interesting. There's never a dull moment with those two. I'll say that.
And speaking of going pro, I see you got your NB on the chest. I feel like you're part of this new, like New Balance is investing in the sprints, and you are one of like part of that new movement in the forefront. And I also, one of the things I love about New Balance is I feel like they are very female forward. Like every time I see them do something with their women, it's just like always fierce. And like, what is it like being part of that company? Because I don't feel like it's known for sprints, and like you're like one of the faces of their sprints department now.
Yeah, no, I'm so excited. Like they've really hopped on the sprint wave. Like me, Cindy McLaughlin, Gabby Thomas, Vernon Norwood, Trayvon, and men's side. I love it. Like it's a smaller company, I want to say, at least for sprints. So like we do get a lot of attention. We do get a lot of emphasis put on us, and I love that. I like being used in their marketing and like part of their photo shoots and things like that. But it's really fun.
It's cute.
It's really fun.
That green is very cute.
Yeah. I think that's one of the things that, first of all, in my generation, New Balance was probably more known for distance runners. And so now to see them moving into the sprints, but also seeing them using more of the athletes in their marketing, it just elevates everybody.
I love every time I see a commercial with you. Like,
yes.
I live for it.
Same.
Yeah, no, it's a good feeling.
Cornell Stevenson wants to know, are you all still coached by Quincy?
I love Quincy.
Yes, the great.
Please give
Quincy
him a hug
Watts.
for me today.
And Shar and Friday is being shady. What was the name of the male relay coach?
No one is trying to claim the men's relay. Y'all did good in the forefront before y'all could claim it's mine. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was I read this article about you, and it basically said that you just go all out when it comes to racing, and like it got you fourth, but like got you a place on the team. But like we saw in the clip that we played, like how do you approach races? What's your mentality? What's your race strategy?
Okay, I think it's definitely changed over the years because I've gotten older and more experienced and all that good stuff. So I think now it's like more of a I'm supposed to be here. Like I belong here. I've been on team since 2017 at this point. Like it's time to grow up and finally be like, yeah, you're supposed to be here. You're not supposed to like just make the relay pool. You're supposed to be on the podium, and then at the championship, you'll be on the podium again. So now it's kind of like run like you're supposed to be here. Like you earned your spot. Like have a name for yourself. Like stop only being associated with relays. Like make your mark in the individual. So now it's just like approaching it like go for it. Like you have nothing to lose at this point. No one's ever expecting you to like be in the race anyways. Like so go for it. Like go make it known.
I love that. I literally went through that same transition, and once I like really accepted that like I belong here, I saw my career turn around. So I
Would you
love
say you
that.
had a case of imposter syndrome?
I still suffer with imposter syndrome. So yes, absolutely. So
I think I
yeah,
have the opposite of imposter syndrome.
yes, I
Like,
agree.
I think I'm just crazy delusional, and it doesn't matter what you put me in. I'm like, I can figure out. Like, if you put me in the marathon today, I would be like, okay, Kori, if you just stay with the front pack, no one can sprint with you at the end. That would be my race. You have like,
You know,
I'm insane.
Literally.
as you have to be a little bit to do the sport. So,
But like you said, you belong here. I don't belong here. But if I was in shot put, I would be like, okay, Kori, just you have speed. Like I would try to finagle my way onto the podium, no matter what thing you put me into.
Ay, ay, ay.
One thing I loved learning about you, because I was stalking you on the internet, if you haven't noticed, is you give back to the next generation. So you grew up volunteering with the West Pembroke Pines Optimist Track Club. You worked with children as a volunteer for Coaching Corps, and then you also volunteered with Voice in Sport. Can you just tell me, like, one, like, why you feel it's so necessary to volunteer, and like, are you trying to give kids like what you didn't have, and if so, like, what are you like trying to give to these kids in track and field or in sports?
yeah. My parents have always been really adamant about like, you're blessed, go be a blessing to somebody else. So that's like always been a factor growing up. So it was just really natural for me. It was always like, we're in school, we're playing a sport, playing an instrument, and like volunteering on the weekends. So for me, it was just a natural progression. And I just like it. I really, really like it. Like you said, I didn't have that in the sport growing up, and I wish I would have had like a mentor, or somebody to show me the ropes, somebody to ask questions. So I want to make sure like I'm providing that, because how am I going to complain about not having something and then go and continue to perpetuate it? So if I can give back, or I can like make a difference and make somebody's day by like replying to a DM, which like, is nothing major for me. It's just like, oh, I'm replying back. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I love that. This generation continuing to be a tangible resource for the generations to come.
Yeah, I think that's super important, because like my mom says, like, to who much is given, much is expected. And then she quotes it every time she volunteers me for something that I did not agree to, and she just is like, well, here, that's. But
I'll be calling you for the Natasha Hastings Foundation. We can always use reputable young women like yourself to speak to the young ladies and give them words of encouragement and encourage them to go to the real USC, the original.
Oh.
Okay. So you have your degree in business administration. Are you going to be like a boss lady, mogul, after track, during track? Do you have a business that I can buy something from? Like, what do you want to do? You want to run the business side of track all summer? What's going on?
Hopefully I never have to labor in life. But if I have to, then
it's so I just have to time out. You know what we do for work is manual labor, right? Like, if we really sit down and think about what we do, we're just toiling in the sun all day. It's fun.
This is true.
But we do manual labor for work.
In the hot sun.
Yeah, and I've had enough. So when I'm done, I'm going to try to do anything else. I'm trying to like, that's it. That's a wrap. I used it all up from 7 to whenever I retire. That's enough. But I hope, I want to eventually open a nonprofit and run that. So that's where my degree will hopefully come into play. That's what I want to do. Run my own nonprofit.
What do you like? What would this if you had all the funding in the world, like, what would your nonprofit focus on? What are you passionate about?
It would be for young women. Maybe I'll include men, but focuses on young women. Young women trying to just essentially doing what I'm now, mentoring, providing resources, college information, tutoring services, athletic side, just really, really providing a bunch of different mentorship tools for young women.
I love that. Also, I do this every show. You reminded me, since you're saying you wanted to help out Black women and you didn't want to labor. If you're watching,
support a Black woman.
Send a Black woman some money today. Find someone with a Venmo account. Send your mother something. Kendall, you got CashApp, Venmo. Like, send a Black woman some money today. Doesn't have to be me, but probably should be Kendall because she's out here helping the youth.
So what's next? Are you competing for the rest of the summer?
I'm done. I didn't know I was gonna be done, but I was at practice the other day and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to do this anymore. Like, I think I want to wrap it up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna go home, see my family, go on vacation, and relax. You know, we'll pick that up again next season. So
I love that. I feel like sometimes I always like, you want to be done, but then there's this guilt of like, oh, I need to, and you sound really sure like, nope, I'm done.
I think
there's this, you know, we're blackety black here, so we talk about it like there is like a celebration among women like struggling and just working extra hard, but let's celebrate women being able to say, nope, I've done enough.
Right.
I'm gonna take a vacation. I'm gonna take a break. Y'all miss me, and I'll be back.
And I think like the
well deserved too.
We've worked for 5 years straight trying to get to the Olympics. You got there, but I also think people don't understand like the emotional high that you get, like just the struggle of the trials, and then you have the emotional high of the Olympics. And it wasn't the Olympics that you wanted. Like, I feel like we need to have a conversation about probably how mentally draining it was to like.
My mom says you're so humble and she loves you.
Joanna, I don't think she's ever been in the chat for any of our lives, but she popped up for Kendall.
Popped up for Kendall.
Hey, Mom. I'm mad because she's literally in the room next door. But what was I saying?
I'm sorry.
I don't know what I was saying. Oh, just like the draining of like you said, you were bored, but it was also probably like you couldn't go out and walk around. You had to like go to practice, come home, and like to do that for a few weeks. It's like, all right, like after that, you're probably like, I'm tapped. And what we have to do is like,
and
it's so
you had
draining.
the Olympic trials a month before that.
I said that.
So like, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with the chat and stuff. My bad.
So I get it. I get it. But like, I think it's gonna be fun for you to collect because she is an Olympic medalist. How do you say like Olympic medalist, but like multiple, so people know that you are multiple medalists. She got the OLY on her IG. She already put it up.
I sure do.
Do that registration, girl.
Let them know.
Put that OLY up.
I do need to do that.
Well, okay, where are we going on vacation? Invite me.
Girl, I don't even know. I'm trying to see what COVID's not about to shut down and try to make my way over there before it happens.
I wanted to go on vacation too, and COVID got me like, sit your tail down.
I was trying to get on a Delta, go somewhere, and the Delta variant said stay home. So
exactly. So we'll see if that really happens. Maybe a staycation.
Are you getting married?
Ooh.
I don't know. Some comments said she's getting married, and I was like, I did extensive research on Kendall.
Let me know when my wedding is so I can show up because I have plans, but.
So guys, like I said, send a Black woman some money if you're trying to holler at Kendall. Like, slide in the DMs with money and a LinkedIn resume, and maybe Kendall will be getting married. Maybe she will. But like, here's the thing: before you ask what Kendall Ellis brings to the table, which is 2 Olympic gold medals, ask yourself: do you even have a home to put this table in?
Not a home.
People ask what you bring to the table. Where are you going to put this table, sir?
You can't ever ask what I bring to the table if you're coming to me. Obviously, there was something you saw that she was interested in, so not sad.
Let me tell you something. She's smart. She had a 4.7 out of high school. Okay, she's smart. She's talented. She's got a heart for the kids. She's got the most beautiful smile and radiant skin in the world.
She got a business degree, which
Okay.
means she can probably flip whatever bag.
She got body, yada, 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 yada. Okay. So, fellas, if you trying to get Kendall to be your wife, okay, come correct is all I'm saying. Here at Tropical Summer, we make love connections.
Do we?
I love that. Love
Well,
what you're doing to work
if someone slides in her DM today off of this interview, or maybe after the replay, and she gets married, all I know is that I'm getting invited to the wedding.
Oh, 100%. You're the catalyst.
Here's the thing. I don't want to have a wedding of myself, but I love being a guest. I love all the slides, the cha-cha, the electric.
Slides.
I want to do all the slides.
Kendall, I apologize.
Watch the DMs be jumping though. Watch the DMs be jumping.
And if you slide in the DMs, just let it be known that you're there because of Track Girl Summer, okay? Because we want our credit. Right. Well, Kori's credit.
I'm not going to DMs now. I'll give you a 10% cut. 10% of what though? I want it, but I just don't. I want to know what. I want my 10%. I just don't know what the cut is from. Okay, we already got a suitor coming your way. He says he's gonna take. He said not today though. I think it's because he's trying to get that LinkedIn together, or maybe get a wire so he can come correct in the Venmo. But okay, sir.
Got it.
Yeah, the coffee was a mistake, guys, and I apologize, but it was necessary. Okay, so we're not going to see you for the rest of the season, and I kind of love that for you because you've given us so much.
Sucks for us, but good for you.
Is there any other way that we can support you? Follow Kendall. What's her?
Kendall. Kendi
underscore Kendall. Yeah.
Okay. KENDI, not a Y, underscore Kendall. If you're following Tracker Summer and not following Kendall, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
You're on, is it the same name for Twitter?
Yep. Same.
And you can see you're on TikTok doing dances with Michael Norman and Ryan Benjamin. Maybe? No?
Maybe he'll do TikToks with me. Rye's more of a TikToker, I feel like, than I am. We'll see.
Okay, let me find out. And shout out to United University of Southern California. And we were about to end this interview, but I have one more question.
Go Gamecocks! Because she said fight on, so go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah.
Fear the tree. Whatever. I think it's not fun. Well, we love women in sports and women. We always talk about how we need to see women in roles of leadership. But at USC, we have not only Carol running things, Joanna out here, because y'all know Joanna, we're going to have her on the show. I'll tell you why I love Joanna. And now you guys just added Carmelita to the squad.
The Jetter.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like being around so many great female coaches, former amazing female legend? They're still legends, they're not former, but like female athletes. What is that like?
It's so dope. They always say if you can see it, you can be it. And it's just like so inspiring. One, they've done everything that I'm trying to do. So it's like they're great resources. They're great people to talk to. They're also just great people off the track, like, as you know. So it's just, it's super inspiring. It's like, all right, you've transitioned so well also like out of professional athletics yourself. And it's inspiring to see that like, all right, this is feasible. Like you can do everything that you wanted to do and still be successful afterwards and find ways to still be connected. So I love them. They're all great women.
These such great answers. Oh my gosh. I really love it. Like, there's so many like quotes that I need to write in like my journal. I'm gonna start a journal. I don't have one, but I'm gonna start a journal and start writing these quotes that you wrote and these gems you dropped. I hope Brian and Michael appreciate you because I feel like I've learned so much just in this 30 minutes. So I feel like you might just be the key to this success, and I'm just gonna claim that over you. But we appreciate you coming to Track World Summer.
Yes, and bringing us the culture, waking up extra early for us. We appreciate it.
Our first Tokyo Olympian on Track
Our
World Summer.
first gold medalist.
That's not
from
true.
Tokyo.
Oh, from Tokyo.
Yes.
I was going to say. We've had a couple of gold medalists come through the building.
Yeah.
But
From
Tokyo. So thank you for joining us and dealing with my crazy.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully, Kori didn't scare you off and you'll come back and talk to us again.
Sure.
We'll do. Hopefully, we can do like a wedding exclusive.
Oh Lord, here she go.
I got you. If it happens, you're invited.
Kendi, run while you can. Run while you can.
Well, we
thank you guys.
I think all of our viewers are like saying such nice things about you in the comments.
In the comments. Make sure you follow Kendall, Kendi_Kendall on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Yeah.
I made the TikTok thing up.
Don't find me on TikTok. That's my secret fun place.
Okay. Find your business on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, Kendi_Kendall.
And you can wait till Honduras to see her run next.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kendall. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
West Coast.
Got you. No problems. All right.
That was, she was so amazing.
She's dope.
There's one last thing I wanted to bring up. We could talk about it next time.
Yeah, let's talk about it next time.
We'll talk about it next time. You guys just stay tuned. I'll do the outro now. Sorry, that's my job. Okay. No, but shout out to Kendall. Like, I feel like she's
dope.
She's like, why?
She's a Trojan, but she's dope.
Here's the thing. I don't think USC be coming at y'all like the way y'all be coming at USC. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't feel like they're worried about you like that. I feel like
you need to do this outro.
I just feel like you always make a point, and it's like I have never once had USC be like, South Carolina. Like, y'all have the same initials, okay? I don't know if it's initials, but y'all have it.
It's an acronym, but come on.
I'm just saying, like, maybe you could let it go.
I'm never going to let it go.
But I don't think they...
Do your outro.
Thank you guys for joining us today. Be sure to follow us everywhere. Twitter, IG, Facebook. I'm the Kori Monster. She's at Natasha Hastings. Follow Track World Summer on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Tell your friend. Tell your other friend to come follow us. Subscribe to us.
Tell your mama. Tell your daddy. Tell your
like,
uncle. Your
comment,
auntie.
Put some questions in the comments. Maybe we'll answer them, okay? I really should not have had caffeine. And we'll see you guys on Monday. We're actually having another Trojan in the building on Monday, so maybe you could be a little nicer, Tasha.
I'm still going to come for their neck.
I just feel like they don't ever come for you. And you're just disrespectful. So we'll see you guys same place, same time, which will be 10 Eastern. I don't know. Maybe. We're trying to be consistent, but also work with us. And remember, no matter what time of year it is, it's always Track World Summer, baby.
Bye, guys.
Someone said that. I don't know. You're in charge of the technology.
What happened? That's not it. That's not it.
It's primary. Go to the video on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Not that one. Resume last video.
Where?
It says recent Track World Summer intro.